So to start off during the week, vaccine mandates in South Africa trended. This after President Cyril Ramaphosa announced on Sunday that, we need to get more people vaccinated in the country. And he said, they're looking into, getting mandates for people to be vaccinated. And, this is still trending where people are like, they're speaking all sorts of conspiracy theories. You see a lot of the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated, the vaccine hesitant as well as the anti-vaxxers. Some saying, they don't want a mask, they don't want a test, they don't want vaccine, they don't want the microchip in this COVID scam, calling the COVID a scam. And they saying, it's not fair for, the president or government to say we should be mandated to test. But the reality is, the vaccinated in the country are at a low. So, government is looking at different angles of how to get more people vaccinated. President Cyril Ramaphosa did say that, it's going to be a task team, and they're still looking into ways because they know it won't be easy to implement the vaccine mandate. He said, we realize that the introduction of such measures is a difficult, complex issue. So a lot of people are just up in arms about it. Others are saying, it has to be done, and it's not necessarily infringing on anyone's constitutional rights, but it's for the better of society. Another trending topic was the travel ban. This came from last week, when South African scientists said, there is this new variant called the Omicron, and subsequently a lot of countries started to ban South Africa and other countries in Southern Africa, such as Malawi, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Lesotho, Eswatini. And there has been an uproar about this, saying, they were too quick to ban people from traveling, saying that is not the way to go. A lot of global leaders are speaking out against it. A lot of African leaders are speaking out against it, including the WHO head, saying, there are other measures that can be put in place instead of banning African countries from traveling to other countries. There should be more testing that could be done. Maybe do not ban the vaccinated, let the vaccinated come through, and also just be stringent with the measures before allowing people to travel into the country. On screen, we have WHO Tedros saying, we call on all countries to take rational, proportional risk reduction measures in keeping with the international health regulations. Blanket travel bans will not prevent the international spread of Omicron. And as it's been reported that the Omicron is in over 20 countries, 4 of which it was Africa and others in the different regions of the world. And another trending topic that got people interested was Natasha Tehani. I heard you, Francis, and when we were talking about it. It's the funding debacle, Natasha appeared in a podcast where she said she approached Baleka Mbete at the time in 2017 asking for funding to attend a course in the US. And so, after an uproar on social media, then she released an official statement, as you can see on the screen, where she said, actually, she did not phone Mama Baleka Mbete, as she had mentioned, but she spoke to and said, Mama, I need funding. And then Baleka said, approach the Department of Arts, Culture and Sports, and then they can help you. And in which she said she received 350,000, which is an issue because people put up clauses, saying on social media that actually, if you are going to be studying overseas, the maximum amount that you can get is 250. There were those who were slamming Natasha, and there were those who were supporting her, saying, you know what, she's entitled to get the funding if she followed the proper channels. And so it's still an ongoing debate right now, the Natasha Tehani, and of course from yesterday, Joop was trending. This as multiple women have accused him of rape. Now, this came also when he attended some South African national famous podcast where he spoke about the women that he slept with. And in so doing that, one of the women, Amanda Dupois, came out and said, no, Jube actually raped me for 2 years. And then the spokesperson of the Department of Arts, Culture and Sports, Masechaba Khumalo, came out saying he also raped me. So a lot of women are coming up and saying that Jube has raped them. Masechaba saying there, I believe Amanda Dupois, Molemo, Morohanye, Jube raped me too. It happened in Mama Jackie's house in Naturena. He was my boyfriend. I was a teenager. I was a virgin. There are people now, you know, social media is divided between who to believe. Some are saying there are 4 Jube, others are saying there are 4 Amanda. You know, there's a tweet, Jube is innocent until proven guilty. And another one saying, I believe Amanda, because a lot of people on social media were saying, why are people speaking out now? And I know, Bongio, you mentioned this earlier when you were talking to some panelists that, you know, those are the messages, like, why are you speaking out now? But, you know, others were saying this has triggered a lot of women, and it's unfortunate. And this happens as we're observing, you know, the 16 days of activism against GBV and femicide. So it's still trending right now on social media. Jube has been suspended as a presenter from one of the television shows that he hosts. And we're going to see how this plays out. Jube hasn't said anything. And, you know, we are interested in seeing what he has to say.